Okay, lastly, question 20. The lengths of the sides QR, RP, and PQ in triangle PQR are A plus D, and A plus 2D respectively, where A and D are positive and such that 3D is greater than 2A. Okay, that's a bit of a mysterious condition. Not sure where that comes into play. What is the full range in degrees of possible values for angle PRQ? Okay, so again, draw the picture always. Right? With these shapes, always draw the picture. So how does the picture look like? Well, QR, so something like this. QR, that's A. RP, which is A plus D. And then A plus 2D is the QP, or the PQ, right? Good. And I'm interested in PRQ, so this angle. So what can we do? So you see you have 3 sides and 1 angle, right? 3 sides and 1 angle suggests to you the cosine rule, right? So if it's the sine rule, then it's 2 sides and 2 angles, yeah, including the one you're trying to find. 2 sides, 2 angles, that'll be the sine rule. 3 sides, 1 angle, that's the cosine rule, yeah? Okay, so off we go. Cos theta equals, so b squared plus c squared minus a squared divided by 2bc, right? So b squared plus c squared minus a squared. So just remember you subtract the opposite side to the angle. So a plus 2d is opposite, that's why it's in the subtraction. Over 2bc, so 2a, a plus d. Alright? Okay, so now this is just an expansion exercise, which we just have to do. So this is plus a squared plus 2ad plus d squared minus a squared minus 4ad minus 4d squared divided by 2a, a plus d. So we're so good, yeah? So let me scroll down a bit so I gain some space. Okay, lovely. So now what do I have? The a squares cancel. So we have a squared minus, just be very careful, minus 2ad minus 3d squared, correct? Over 2a, a plus d. Okay, so the top guys should factorize. So minus 2 and minus 3, right? So you break the minus 3 into minus 3 times 1, right? Because then if you add them together, it gives you the minus 2. So therefore we have a minus 3d, a plus d. Yeah, just like how you factorize a quadratic, essentially. Yeah? And then divided by 2a, a plus d. Yeah, this is actually very similar to the previous question when you multiply the c, right? You multiply the extra c. So in this scenario, you multiply the extra d, right? Because imagine if you factorize this is very easy, right? You know how to factorize this. This is just a minus 3, a plus 1, right? And if you multiply the middle guy by d and the last guy by d squared, same logic as the last question, really, right? And then you get a minus 3d. Yeah, you multiply d on each of the original roots, right? So then this becomes a minus 3d, a plus d. Oh, that's actually very good. This is a good consolidation of the previous question. Yeah? So a plus d cancels, then you get a minus 3d over 2a. And that's when you see where the condition comes into play, right? Because the 3d is greater than 2a. So if 3d is greater than 2a, that means that a minus 3d over 2a is less than a minus 2a over 2a, right? Because 2a is smaller than 3d. So you're subtracting a smaller thing. That's why the final result is bigger. Yeah. So this means this is greater than, equals, equals, let me write this properly, equals, minus a divided by 2a, so that's minus a half. Yeah? So cos theta is less than minus half. That means that the theta, you think of the cos graph, yeah, the theta is bigger than 120, right? Because again, cos graph. So you have like this, minus a half is somewhere here, this is 120. So you want this part here, right? You want this part here. Good. And of course, an angle in a triangle cannot be more than 180, right? So therefore, the angle must be between 120 and 180. So that gives you option E, yeah? Option E as your answer.